So I'm very excited today. Not only did I get my solar panels yesterday, but I also got the one device I did not have in the bus that I needed so bad. A thermostat for my diesel heater. So it can keep my bus nice and warm all throughout winter without wasting electricity or without wasting my diesel. But for using a diesel heater for 2 years, I highly recommend you get one. If not for your tent, you can get one for your car, you can get one for your garage, or even a small bedroom in the house. The one downfall to having the diesel heater is you do need an exhaust that runs outside because it is burning fuel. But when it comes to cost and efficiency, they are definitely the way to go when it comes to heating compared to any other heating device that you can buy out there. I've tried them all, winter after winter, and I found that the diesel heaters are the best. And I've been using the same diesel heater for 2 winters now, and it has not gave me one problem. And honestly, you can buy them cheap enough on the internet today that if they were to break, it only costs a couple $100. It will pay for itself in a month or two in electricity and fuel cost. So I recommend getting a diesel heater. So I'm going to show you in this video a few things that I did, a few modifications that I did with my diesel heater to make my winter more comfortable, to make my bus more comfortable. So these are my diesel heaters. One's for backup, and one has 4 ports on it, and one has 1 port on it. There's a reason for this. These are both located underneath my bed and close to the water tank. So if it were to get super cold in here, my water can be thawed out via the heaters that are located underneath the bed. So this diesel heater has 4 ports on it with smaller tubing or ducting. The reason for that is I wanted to be able to run the ducting in multiple directions. This diesel heater is also my backup just in case my main heater goes out. And this is my main diesel heater, and it has one big tubing for the ducting. And that's what the main heater looks like with the ducting attached to the diesel heater. And there is one main reason why I decided to locate this diesel heater in its particular place. Where my bed is, it's running right on the floor. So when I get out of bed, the floor is always nice and toasty. And if your feet are cold, you can put them right in front of the heater and you get nice and toasty feet when you get out of bed if you don't have any slippers nearby. And if you're getting ready to go on a hike or it's really cold outside, you could just place your boots right by the heater and you'll have nice warm shoes or boots when you decide to go outside and do your daily activities. Now my main diesel heater can be controlled 3 different ways. A key fob that you see here in my hand. This controller that I have mounted on my control panel board. This new device that I just picked up, which I've been so excited to get. This is a diesel heater thermostat. It shows you on the top up here the temperature within inside the bus. This is the temperature that it will shut off at. The swing pretty much is, so you take the 78 and subtract it by 10. So the diesel heater will shut off at 68 degrees. You can also set schedules to have it turn on and off on particular parts of the day when you're not in your bus. This is the option that people that have diesel heaters and conversions have not had. So the company called Burek came out with this thermostat that's technically an IR blaster. So you program your remote to the controller, and after that's done, basically this works as a controller with the built-in thermostat and scheduling. This thing has many modes, and now my bus is fully automated. The one thing I did not have in this bus was a way to turn the diesel heater on and off when I'm not in the bus. I can't remotely connect to the diesel heater. It's just not a smart device. But with this thermostat, it will keep my bus nice and toasty when I'm not around, where I don't have to worry about the diesel heater being all day consuming battery life and fuel. So let me break it down on how one of these diesel heaters actually work. So first, this pipe right here, that would be the exhaust that you exhaust outside. This right here is your intake. So basically, the combustion chamber that's burning the fuel is running on the exterior. This top part up here is technically a fan. This is the intake that draws the air in and pushes the hot air out. That's your ducting that goes into your house or just runs off the front of the diesel heater. None of the diesel fuel that's being burned will end up in your house as long as this is ducted outside. This right here that you see with the little green tube, that is your diesel fuel, and that is a fuel pump. So this will run to a tank, and it goes right up there, and it atomizes the fuel in the combustion chamber. And then there's a glow plug in there that burns the fuel. And then last, what we see right here, this is the one thing that you have to buy if you want to run it in your garage or your house, unless you run it to a car battery. This is an AC to DC converter, because a diesel heater is 12 volts. So you would have to buy a converter, which they're not that expensive. If you were to buy a portable one, this is what it usually looks like. So you see over here, that's where you would put your fuel in. That's your control, where you could set the temperature to what you want and turn it on and off. That's where your heat is exhausted to. And then on the bottom down here would be where you'd run your exhaust out the back, outside of the house, or wherever you need to exhaust the burnt fuel. And as you can see, they're relatively cheap. This one right here is only $105. So what do you have to lose? I could say, from my personal experience, I heated up a 34-foot RV with the windows exposed in the winter to about 60 degrees when it was about 15 outside. They do work. So I would give it a try if you want to cut down on your electricity costs. So I know this wasn't a long video, but I just wanted to make a video on diesel heaters. There's a lot of them out there, but I wanted to give you my insight. Basically, I wanted to also introduce you to the new thermostat that's out there. So if you've been dreading the diesel heater because you have to turn it on and off by your hand, look no further. There's a new company out there that's making diesel heater thermostats. This has been another episode of Smart Bussin'. I hope you enjoy it. Stay toasty this winter. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.